Here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this session of live AMA with EPIK. Thanks, everyone, for taking the time to join us. We're excited to have you here and share with you some updates and things that are happening behind over at EPIK. And before we get started, I guess we should do some introductions. How about that, right, Darren?
Sounds good.
Be a good place to start. Everyone, my name is Gary Ma. I'm the Chief Operating Officer at EPIK. I'm responsible for EPIK's daily workflows and operations. I have over 18 plus years experience in technology sales and other operational roles across multiple industries. But prior to EPIK, I've worked with some of the biggest brands and celebrity artists as well, producing large-scale music conferences across the world. So now here at EPIK, we work with some of the biggest brands and IP to create premium digital merch and collectibles. I have been into crypto since 2013, so this is a space I'm very passionate about. Darren, how about yourself?
Hey, I'm Darren Smith. I'm the VP of Product here at EPIK. I've been here since the beginning, back in 2018. I come from the video game industry. I worked at Nintendo for 20 years, worked on some great products there, and now working on great products here at EPIK, some of which we'll be talking about today.
Yeah, great. So for those of some of you may have been following, EPIK for quite a while. We've been doing AMAs, for quite a while. A lot of them are on Telegram and through different channels in that. So this is actually our first video AMA. And we look forward to potentially doing a lot more of these. It's a great opportunity for us to connect with the community like yourselves and kind of share always what's happening with that EPIK. We always have constant developments and things are rolling out. So I think a lot of them also deserve a lot of deeper dives so we can kind of answer some questions and answers and you guys can get a better understanding about some of the things that are available to you as well. But before that, actually, Darren, it reminds me, you have quite a bit of experience in the gaming industry too. I think that might be relevant to share with some of the audience here today. Why don't you share some of that?
Sure. Like I said, I worked at Nintendo for 20 years. I started out there as an engineer working on an online game service for the original 8-bit NES. Throughout my career there, I worked on all sorts of other things, including many of the game platforms from the Nintendo 64 through the DS, DSi, and the Wii. And I worked on some games, worked on a game of Mr. Miyamoto, some stuff for Pokemon. A lot of great stuff there. I was really fortunate to work there with not only Mr. Miyamoto, but Mr. Takeda, Mr. Iwata, the teams at Nintendo Japan, the Rare team. Got to see a lot of really early work on some of the most famous games ever made, including Super Mario 64 and GoldenEye. I remember just sitting in a corner just with the guy who was brought over GoldenEye, and we were the first to play it. It was really pretty awesome. Yeah. So it was a great experience there.
It's amazing how some of that is also relevant right now, like the Mario Brothers story. Everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
There's like a movie that just came out that was like smashed all the records or something. It was doing really well. That's and like Hank Rogers' Tetris movie is out. So exactly. Yeah, all the old stuff is coming back, man.
That's fun.
Yeah. Why don't you share with us what we're going to go over today, Darren, and then we can kind of get right into it for everyone.
Yeah, great. So I think we'll start off by sharing some background on our company for all of you who are kind of new to our project, and then go into a deeper dive on the products that we're working on. We will take some questions from the audience, either here on chat. We actually had an intake form before where we asked people to submit some questions ahead of time. And then we're going to talk about we're going to have a little prize giveaway for those of you who participated.
Nice.
And then we'll wrap it up. So right. Gary, why don't you get started with the story of EPIK?
Story of EPIK. Geez. Okay. Well, yeah. Like you said, EPIK's been around since late 2017, early 2018. Really. So really at the beginning of when kind of NFTs and all that was getting started, our co-founder, our CEO, he's a tech founder, always into technology and into what was happening with blockchain. I mean, he was down at Dallas for the code review for ERC 721, right? So right at the beginning of when NFTs are really picking up steam and all that. And we had this vision to kind of like take that and bring it to mass adoption. And it became very obvious that mainstream gaming was the key to uncracking that. So, we designed an entire business and business model kind of working towards that, and started talking and working with a lot of different games. Obviously, that was very, very early. So talking about NFTs and helping get these game companies more blockchain enabled with their products and stuff was just way too early for that. So we started helping them do a lot of other things, things that were valuable to them at the time, which is how do we use IP to get more user acquisition, retention, and all those type of good things, right? So and we started working with a lot of different brands, and very quickly grew to be one of the leading digital licensing agencies, working with now a couple of years later hundreds or thousands of brand properties. And the reason for that is because we're a technology company at heart, and we were very focused just kind of like on the gaming industry, and just kind of having that area of expertise allowed us to really excel in that area. So we'd help all these game companies grab IP and put brands into these games, which you can see behind us, quite a history of doing some amazing collaborations between those two parties. And then fast forward, over the handful of years, we've continued to grow, kind of recruiting a huge network of game companies and digital platforms underneath our network. At the last count, we're like over 400 plus gaming companies that are within our network that we work with in some way or capacity, including over half of the top 25 game companies. Those could be like Arena, Tencent, NetEase, Yuzu, Bandai, kind of like the list kind of goes on. Back in 2021, we saw a big explosion with NFTs. I would say, Flow came on, NBA Top Shots brought it to mainstream. Like I said, we were attacking that as early as 2018. But through this maturity of the space, we really started building out a very robust Web3 ecosystem, right? Providing a lot of products and services. So because we had access to all this IP, we could create original content and originate that with the licensors, et cetera. And we have a distribution network with all these platforms and games, and putting collaborations in there with the vision, obviously, to not just do in-game brand collaborations, but expand upon that to have like Web3 and NFTs and digital collectibles and all those things with full utility inside the games as well. So we're a full technology stack that helps support game companies. We're big into metaverses over the past year and a half, getting into like building out immersive experiences to complement all the stuff that we do as well. So we do NFT drops, we do Web3 metaverse building, we have a gaming division that's coming out, amongst all the licensing that we do working with game companies. So that's it in a nutshell. If I were to sum it up, EPIK is a giant Web3 ecosystem. There you go.
Perfect. Gary, can you touched on metaverses? Can you talk a little bit more about that, what we're doing there?
Yeah, I mean, kind of leaning upon our history there, right? Like it was our envision is our business kind of started as a really B2B focus, right? Like working with IP companies, working with games and platforms. And that's also one of our biggest strengths, because we have this giant ecosystem, and the network effects when you work with kind of like B2B is operating at a level of scale. So, I mean, when we onboard and bring on individual users through these gaming or game partners and et cetera, we're onboarding like hundreds, thousands, millions, tens of millions potential users and players into Web3 and blockchain ecosystem. But being as a B2B company, it really allowed us to establish that in a very cooperative way, right? One could easily ask, why is EPIK able to kind of like grow the way we have and work with the partners we have? And it's because of that, because we help support the partners that we have. If you're a gaming company, we're not trying to steal your users. We're not trying to compete with you. We're trying to help support you with more, different types of product differentiation within your games and goods. If you're a Web3 company or a crypto game, et cetera, it's like we can help, give you more content that you can use and leverage within your own gaming and ecosystem. So that's been really beneficial for us. So yeah, we always have been this B2B kind of, focus, and B2B to C as by extension of that. But going to your question of like metaverses, as we started like really getting into like, proliferating NFTs, the question was, what happens next? And we realized that what are you going to do with all this stuff? Where are you going to take them? And so we just quickly started putting in the groundwork and laying down the infrastructure to create a vast kind of interconnected, interoperable network that we can help support other digital platforms, et cetera. So we kind of came up with what we call the EPIKverse, which is this interconnected, interoperable technology that connects these fragmented universes and metaverses together and kind of create a more seamless experience, have NFTs and stuff be able to use across shared experiences, all that kind of stuff. So all that being said, within that, we've had some successes in the last little while. We announced a handful of partnerships with great metaverse platforms that we're going to work with, part of the EPIKverse. Last fall, we did a collaboration with some DJ artists, Sam Feld and Pax World, in collaboration with our metaverse one of our metaverse partners, which is Triller. We also launched a basketball-themed metaverse in Orbify earlier this February. That one is going to get a reboot right around the corner here, coming up on NBA Finals. So everybody look out for that. That's going to be the Hoops World. We have the first, public listing IPO type metaverse happening in real time. That's going to be popping up, and a lot of like creator influencer worlds that are going to come out later this year, just working with our network of partners and our reach with like influencers and through Triller, et cetera, like that. So yeah, that's metaverses. Deep into it, building infrastructure for it, helping other games platforms, metaverses with it, and taking it to the next level.
Great. Well, why don't I share about Lockr, our new mobile app? Sound good?
Yeah.
All right.
I think everyone would love to hear about that. We've been recently, dripping a lot about that. So I think everyone's excited to hear more.
Yeah, we're super excited about it. We're just putting the finishing touches on it now, and we're in an internal beta, and you can see an official announcement coming on this product soon. But I wanted to give you an update on where we are, see what you'll see kind of when it actually does launch. So it's going to be available on iOS and Android, of course. We think of it as the Instagram of digital items. So you can organize all of your digital items, like your precious NFTs or anything you've got on EPIK, into a 3D space. It's really about carrying around all of your digital stuff wherever you go. So you can import your items from your EPIK account or from your connected wallets. You view all of these items in a 3D space that we call a void. So you'll be able to organize it and rotate it around. You'll be able to pan and zoom in on items, touch it, rotate it around, see all the details. You can dig in and see even the history of the item if it's changed hands. You can see who's owned it in the past, and see all the attributes that are associated with it as well. So like Instagram, Lockr is also a social network. Everybody's going to have a unique Lockr name. I can search for Gary by his Lockr name. I'm not sure what name he's going to choose yet, but if I can start to follow him, he can follow me back. I'll be Agent Darren. That's my usual tag. And then I can visit his void and see all the cool things that Gary has put in his void, and I can play around with it just like I can in my own. We'll be highlighting some of the users who have the most incredible collections. So please, as you use this, start building up a cool collection that we can share. Everyone who uses the app will get some exclusive rewards for just for onboarding. And you'll also get some rewards for inviting friends, and if they install the app, you'll get a reward. So like I said, we're just putting the finishing touches on that, and we'll have a full launch around that soon. Before the full launch, we're going to launch a members only beta, and this is for EPIK Prime members. They're going to have exclusive access to the app for a period of time. This should be around as soon as next month or July. This is part of the benefits we promised users, part of the benefits for EPIK Prime and EPIK Prime Plus members, that they get this early access. So they're not only going to get their first crack at seeing how this all works, but they're also going to have the first crack at reserving their username. So whatever Gary was going to pick,
nobody starts stealing our names here. We got to get in there. Reserve. Yeah,
I know. When new social networks start up, I always try to get in early just to get my name. Yeah. So I'm sure everybody's going to want to get in on this. So if you want to participate in that beta, make sure that you are an EPIK Prime member, EPIK Prime Plus member. So to see the details of that, you can go to epikprime.com/membership. It'll walk you through all that you need to do to get that status.
I do know as well, probably around next week, we'll be updating our website with a full-on kind of information about Lockr and having all these links directly for people to learn more about them, also start registering in advance and doing all this stuff. So yeah, not to worry for people that are like usual and like these are intended. You're kind of getting a sneak peek and learning about things in the most timely manner. So, but all of it will be followed up, and you guys will have ready information at your fingertips. That all sounds amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the Instagram of digital merchandise or something like that, and like just have all your in-game blockchain items all with you everywhere you go, sitting there having dinner or drinks with your friends. You can show everything to them on the spot. That's going to be really cool. And I do know that further down the road, this idea of taking all your stuff in with you into like different worlds is going to be amazing. It's almost kind of like your locker of stuff. You carry it with you, your backpack of goods almost, right?
Right.
It's going to be very, very handy. You mentioned some things there about the Prime and rewards and for the member beta and things like that. So actually, it might be a good chance to like talk about that for a little bit for those that are newer, that might be a little less familiar with EPIK Prime, Prime token, and things like that. But yeah, EPIK Prime is a member-based utility token. The ticker is EPIK, obviously, EPIK, EPIK. And that's exactly that. So when you accumulate and you hold and own a certain level, a certain number of EPIK, you can go through the process of staking them within our website, et cetera, and earn different levels of membership. So basically, EPIK Prime is a giant rewards program, and the EPIK Prime tokens kind of act like reward points almost, right? So that's one component of it. And the second component that we recently unveiled was the Prime NFTs. So we got the EPIK Prime tokens. We also have the Prime NFTs. So the NFTs are like a sister component to that. And the best way to think about the Prime NFTs is like kind of like badges, right? Throughout our ecosystem, throughout our partners, throughout all these campaigns, throughout these other community-driven like incentives that we're offering, people can earn and redeem primes. And within each prime, some of them will have native rewards built into them. So if you own this, you automatically get this, etc. But obviously, just like in gaming, which we took a lot of influence from, if you collect them and you hold different combinations of primes, you can start leveling up and then, qualifying for earning even more stuff. So it's pretty robust. Like our entire rewards program has, these dual elements and like these multiple dimensions to it. And it just really provides a lot of great benefits. Things like some of the things you mentioned, exclusive access, preferential pricing, or access to the special events that are going on, or additional rewards. And I do know that our rewards program, even in of itself, we have some great partnerships that we're going to be announcing later on this year. That's just going to add more and more value towards the program. So, yeah, that's EPIK Prime, EPIK token. You can find us on a lot of all the major exchanges, pretty much. Huobi, KuCoin, Gate, both DEXs, Uniswap, Pancake. We have it available on Ethereum and on BNB chain. So there you go. Yeah.
Hey, one of the great things that we're launching too with the launch of the member beta of Lockr is our community incentive program, which is related to the rewards. So as you are playing through Lockr and you find ways we could improve it, we are collecting your feedback, and you'll be rewarded for giving feedback. Even if you find a bug, please let us know. We'll reward that as well. So keep an eye out for that. We'll be launching a space for you to provide that feedback as soon as the member beta starts. I wanted to also mention about Lockr that membership, EPIK Prime membership isn't required. It's just for this membership beta program.
Right.
And it'll be free once we open it up to everybody. You won't have to have a membership, but you will receive benefits. So please join the EPIK Prime, become an EPIK Prime member to get the benefits that'll just be coming ongoing throughout after the launch as well.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of compounding of like benefits for our users for sure within all the stuff that we're doing. Okay, yeah, let's be mindful of the time. Hopefully that was some good introduction for some of you that are newer to EPIK, and also like a refresher for some of you that have been, watching us or supporting us for quite a while here. This is an AMA, so let's get into some questions. How about that, Darren?
Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you for the people that took the time to submit some questions in advance. We took a look at some of that before the event started, and we were able to kind of pull a handful of them out and address them for the community at large here. So just bear with us. We're just going to skim through these and like grab some ones that have been
I
jumping
have
out.
one. I'll grab this first one here, Gary.
Sure.
The question was, can EPIK token be used on Lockr app and web to pay or buy NFT? No, it can't. But we are looking into other crypto for payment, including BNB Pay. EPIK is really a rewards token, and so you can think of it like an air miles program for Web3 and crypto and gaming.
Yeah. Here's one we get a lot. Will EPIK be burned in the future? All right. This sounds so painful just saying that. Well, we are constantly evaluating like where what best practices and kind of like in tokenomics and things like that. So there's nothing that's off the table. We are actually already looking and assessing some ideas for like almost like a tokenomics V2 that will help spur more like deflationary aspects to the tokens. So yeah, I mean, TBD on that, but I mean, I think everyone's going to be pretty excited as a lot of the continual value around this membership program becomes a lot more tangible in the near future and beyond, but also be any additional enhancements to the token and rewards program in the future. So yeah, that was a funny one.
Gary, I think I'll take this one about somebody asked, would it be an idea to reward an NFT or EPIK with staking besides BNB? First of all, when you stake, maybe we didn't cover this earlier, but in order to get EPIK Prime Plus membership, you need to stake EPIK. They're just two different tiers of the amount you need to stake. And when you stake EPIK, you get rewards in either BNB or ETH, depending on where you've actually staked the EPIK. But you are getting other rewards too, as the benefits of the EPIK Prime membership, and one of them here is of course the early access to Lockr, but it will be getting early access or exclusive access to some EPIK items.
As beyond, if I was outside looking in, I firmly believe that EPIK offers one of the best dollar for dollar value out there. Think about it. You buy EPIK, you stake it, you gain membership level, and through that, that EPIK, first off, that EPIK may very well likely increase in value, obviously. So you make money there. You're also getting yield in blue chip crypto when you stake in our membership program. You get yield in ETH or BNB, depending on which chain of the EPIK that you staked in. So you're earning more money based on that. Then you get all the benefits of the Prime membership without having to expend any more EPIK. So that kind of goes back to that question earlier about like, can you pay with EPIK, et cetera? It's like, no, you can invest into it, have it, stake it, get all those two, things I just described, and get all of the membership value without depleting your capital of EPIK. So think about that for a sec. When you buy ETH and you use it, you're spending your stash on gas, part of your ETH, right? Well, you don't have that with EPIK. So whatever value you gain from being a member, the dollar value, the discounts, freebies, et cetera, that's just more free value to you. So if you add everything up all together, I think EPIK offers incredible value. And we're just going to, like I said, add more and more utility to this membership program over time as well. So that's my 2 cents, folks, not financial advice.
Gary, here's another one I'll take. The question was, do you think all these different platforms and NFT projects with digital collectibles will be able to cross over in the future? I kind of dislike the fact that I have a lot of different things in different locations. I don't know what really projects will survive. I wish everything was interoperable. Like I hold some Nike NFTs, DC Comics, other NFTs. I think that's a great question, because that is the goal of Lockr, is to allow you to collect all of your digital items into one space, not just collect them but show them off. You're going to be showcasing them. and carry them with you to wherever you're going, either in the virtual world or even in the physical world. So you'll have that locker to carry around all the digital items you've collected from everywhere.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to highlight there. That's what Lockr is all about. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. I'm seeing this question. Any plans for live streaming football or other major sporting events on a pay-per-view basis? Interesting question. So yes, I mean, we have some partnerships with IP and Metaverse related to this actually, right off the bat. So I mean, one of our clients is AFTV. It's one of the biggest, fan channels out there for football. We did some collaborations with them already. We put they had a thing going into the Habbo Hotel game, which was pretty amazing. We also did some watch-alongs in Metaverse in PAX World, later at the end of last year, and there's more things coming up. We did some events with Bare Knuckle Fight Club, actually, which is a Triller brand, putting that into Sansar. And of course, we also did like the thing with Triller Fight Club and the Manny Pacquiao versus DKU fight back in December, which we paired up with a exclusive NFT collection that we dropped on, Binance NFT marketplace. So yeah, sports is a big category for us. And I do know there are some things coming right around the corner. So if you're a big sports fan, I think, there's going to be lots of ways to kind of get involved and see some really cool stuff, both in world and metaverses and collections, engagements, all the such.
Gary, here's another question. Maybe you could answer this. Will EPIK be releasing any games? I think you touched on it a little bit earlier, but can you get a little more detail about that?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. What's the question? Will EPIK be releasing any games? Yes.
Yes.
Short answer is yes. We've been building an internal kind of gaming division. It's not official and it hasn't been launched or anything like that, but it's just a focus that we've had internally. And there's been a lot of work in the past, half a year and beyond in that regard. One of our first products is going to be on a partner platform, integrated with a big kind of like social network type of platform for like, casual mobile gaming, that kind of sense, and more stuff following that as well. So I don't want to give away too much right now. There's definitely going to be more announced about that. And it just makes sense. We work with such a huge network and array of like gaming partners. There's been a lot of need and requests from, other aspects of our partnership, like our ecosystem that needs and these types of products. So yeah, it'll be a cool.
Here's another question, Gary. I'll answer part of it. Maybe you can fill in. Will there be an extra bonus for collecting EPIK, maybe for completing and holding a series, or low mints, holding an amount of collectibles?
Great question.
Some kind of competition between users? That sounds pretty cool, and have everyone hold their collectibles. I think the competition part, we might just be showing off your voids in Lockr to show who has the coolest set of primes NFTs that you're getting as a reward. But
yeah,
what do you think about that? We're giving away bonus items for this?
Yes, 100%. So I mean, like I said, our rewards program is very robust. I mean, we have the member points, which are the tokens, EPIK tokens, effectively, and we also have like primes NFTs, which is collectively is very powerful. So a couple of weeks ago, I think we announced on Twitter that, in the future, some collections, just by participating in those mints, like those drops, Prime members can get, privileges or benefits from that. It could be EPIK rewards. It could be bonus NFTs from the collections or other collections. It could be, infinite number of things. But yes, definitely a lot of the utility and purpose of the membership is going to be tied in with everything we do, really. So from drops to experiences to everything. So I hope that added a little extra flavor to your answer there.
Excellent.
Okay. I got an easy one. Is the team hiring? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad there's some interest. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, we've been very lucky in that we're in a great position, right? I mean, EPIK, with the vision and the founding team members, etc., we're really passionate about this space. But given kind of when we started, and being a B2B focused company and working with these now incredible games and having the trust of all these big companies, some of them are publicly traded or Fortune 500 companies, et cetera, et cetera. We're EPIK is really kind of at the forefront of this Web3 metaverse NFT, like this whole entire thing there. I mean, we're gaming, we're entertainment and IP, and we're crypto and metaverses. It's like all these growth sectors. So yeah, we see a lot of potential in the future, and we are hiring. We're always looking for great talent to join our team. The best way to find out about that is to just go to epicprime.com. On the bottom, there's a careers link. Fill it in, send us, email us anytime. Yeah, happy to explore.
Gary, it looks like we're almost out of time here. Is there any other questions you want to get to here?
Yeah, well, let's see if there's anything from the live that are jumping out. Maybe you were a little bit busy just watching the thread here, which is fine because we got a lot of the questions up front. Okay, well, why don't we do this? Let's get into the prizes and rewards.
Okay, yeah, we need time for that.
So in the show description, there is a link for a sign up and or sign in. So anybody that's on here with us today or that's watching this, you can follow that link. And if you're new to EPIK Prime, sign up with that link. Or if you're an current Prime member or registered, just sign in using that, following that link once again, and we'll be able to identify you. And what we're going to do is everybody that does that is going to automatically get a Prime NFT for participating in today's AMA. We're also going to choose 3 winners out of the randomly from the people that did sign in or sign up on that link, and those are going to get 5,000 EPIK as a reward each. Additionally, we're also going to choose randomly 3 winners from the chat and comments here, also receiving 5,000 EPIK each just for participating, joining us on our first video AMA, etc. And 3 more winners for the people that took time to answer the intake questions form in advance. So a total of like 9 kind of like prize winners, and everyone that is just signing up on that link as well will get a Prime NFT and some EPIK there as well. So there you have it, and good luck to you all. We will be releasing those Prime NFTs on the website in about a week or so. So we'll reach out by email and let you know to redeem your prize rewards. They're automatically going to be deposited into your account. Basically, that's the beauty of working with EPIK and the EPIK Prime account system. It's just very simple. Great. I believe that's probably a good place to wrap up. So
yeah, this was great, Gary. I'm looking forward to doing more of these.
We should. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Let's do that. Yeah, we'll make this, do some more in the future with big announcements or like products that are coming out. I think those are really helpful, like we said up front, to kind of share with the community any details about those. So yeah, and if there's any comments or any further feedback, you can drop us here in the chat or reach out to us in any of our social channels, etc. So thanks everyone for joining us.
Thank you.
Goodbye for now.